the girls now as they play. Keep them free from injury, Lord. May everything we do in here tonight glorify you. In your name I pray. Amen. Now let's meet your starting lineups. First, for the visitors from Johnson and Wales. Number 2, Tenaya Scott. Number 3, Victoria Hickland. Number 4, Aloria Ham. Number 5, Ty Gonzalez. Number 6, Kendall Watson. Number 7, Tenaya Scott. Number 8, Moana Reed. Number 9, Lauren Godby. Number 11, Lenasia Felder. Number 13, Ayana Faber. Number 14, Hallie Franklin. Number 16, Taylor Walker. Number 17, Jamie Hay. And number 18, Tiana Eason. Now let's meet the starters for your Screaming Eagles, led by head coach Selena Slade in her 24th season, and her assistant Bethany Brock, the only four-time first-team All-American in TFC history. A 5'8" freshman from Sefner, Florida, number 3, Jessica Conley. A 5'8" sophomore middle hitter from Clarksville, Georgia, number 4, Natalie Thompson. A 5'5" senior outside hitter from Flowery Ranch, Georgia, number 6, Katie Hall. A 5'7" sophomore outside hitter from Kennesaw, Georgia, number 7, Hallie Rainwater. A 5'8" junior middle hitter from Wellington, Ohio, number 8, Gabby Blankman. A 5'4" sophomore DS from Mount Airy, Georgia, number 9, Gracie Charles. A 5'11" sophomore middle hitter from Oxford, Florida, number 10, Erin Carey. A 6' sophomore middle hitter from Westminster, South Carolina, number 11, Abigail Smith. A 5'9" freshman outside hitter from Leroy, Illinois, number 12, Kaya Miles. A 5'6" junior libero from Fairhope, Alabama, number 13, Theresa Sullivan. A 5'10" senior outside hitter from Tampa, Florida, number 14, Caroline Miller. 5'8" junior setter from Estella, Georgia, number 15, Kaylee Delore. And a 5'5" junior from Laceyville, Pennsylvania, number 16, Talia Hatch.
Good evening and welcome to Coal Falls College. I'm Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles, and we are coming to you live from Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Tonight, your TFC Screaming Eagles are taking on Johnson and Wales University Wildcats. Your Screaming Eagles are 15-6 on the season, 5-2 at home, and 6-4 away. Johnson and Wales is 12-9 overall, 4-3 at home, and 6-3 away. Your Screaming Eagles are on a 3-game winning streak. Last win was at Johnson University, and oddly enough, our last loss was here in this gym against Johnson University. So we split that one. And 15-6 on the season is looking really good, especially getting off to a slow start at the beginning of the season and went on a 9-game winning streak to come where you are right now. Thank you again for joining us on TFC Eagle Vision. Hoping to give you a good one on homecoming weekend here at TFC.
Johnson and Wales will have
serving first will be Johnson and Wales University. That was Felder. She puts it over. And double touch violation on the Screaming Eagles will give the first point of the game to the Wildcats. Lenasia Felder puts it over. On our side, they'll set up for Hall. Hall puts it in there, one of a few seniors we have on the court tonight. They'll tip it over, right back over the net. Ketchy was the last one to tip it over on our side. And then on their side, Watson was the one that pushed it out of bounds, and the point goes to TFC. Serving first is a libero, Theresa Sullivan. Almost had an ace right there. A diving attempt by Franklin keeps it alive. On the other side, they're going to set it up. Here comes Hall. Hall puts it on the net, falls down on their side. And we're back to our side now. Here comes Thompson. Natalie Thompson finds a corner. Good job right there by Natalie to see the defense split right there and put one right where they could not get it. And it is 2-1, Screaming Eagles lead. Warning issue to the bench of Johnson and Wales. Looks like their coach is a little too far on the court. They'll give some little warning. That was shot over by Scott. Back on our side, Thompson tried to do it again. And Natalie Thompson, back-to-back kills right here. And it is now 3-1, Screaming Eagles lead, and Sullivan is on a 3-0 streak. She fires that one over, handled nicely by Franklin on the other side. They'll put it over. A lot to handle for Theresa Sullivan, but she gets it. And Kaylee Gore this time gets the ace. Kaylee Gore with a nice little kill right there. Got really close to the net to look like she was going to set it over, but just put it on the other side. Sullivan's fourth serve is up and good. Here comes Thompson, denied up front by, looks like number 8, Rel. And that one goes out of bounds, and the point goes to TFC, and the Screaming Eagles are going on a streak right here. And Theresa Sullivan will serve her 5th serve in a row. And it's a beaut to the other side. They'll set it up. This time for Scott. Denied up front by number 15, Kaylee Glore. And a timeout called by the Wildcats already. 6-1 lead, and the Screaming Eagles are taking this one away. We'll be back. Quick timeout taken by Johnson and Wales University. And Theresa Sullivan's 7th serve in a row is up and good. They'll set it up for Scott, who booms it out of bounds, and the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. It appears we're unstoppable right now. Serve number 8 is up and over. 7-1's the score. They'll fire it over. They'll put it right back over the net, and that's going to find some court.
Scott will serve.
By the way, Gracie Charles, number 9, checked into the game, and she got a hand on that one last time. Scott puts it over to Thompson. Thompson puts it over, and it was blocked by, looks like number 8, Monreld, and fell on their side. So the point will go to the Screaming Eagles. And Kaylee Glore back to serve. Kaylee's a junior out of Austell, Georgia. Went to Colonial Hills High School. And she puts that one over. 8-2 ball game. And a good shot right there by number 2, Tenaya Scott. Gracie Charles had come in a little bit for that one, and they made her pay for it. Moana Reld back to serve. She's a sophomore, 5'8", out of Spring Lake, North Carolina. And Caroline Miller makes a stand. Miller checks into the game and fires one over. Now serving senior Katie Hall. 9-3 is the score. And Hall delivers. 4 steps, fires. Beautiful serve. Ketchy had it on the other side. Ran into each other a little bit. That was the collision was Relton Scott. Back on our side. And a great dig right there by Theresa Sullivan. Went down to get that one. Thompson's going to set it over and won't survive another day. They'll fire it over. And that was on Miller. Came off her arm kind of odd and went out of bounds. Screaming Eagles still have the lead, though, 9-4. As number 2, Tenaya Scott, back to serve. Scott delivers. We'll take it on their side with Thompson. They're going to try to block it, but it's going to fall down on their side, and the point goes to your Screaming Eagles. So far in this set, every serve on the other side has been a one and done. No one has gone 2 in a row yet. And they'll find the corner as Natalie Thompson was the server right there. She'll check out. Sullivan comes in.
Watson to serve.
And now serving number 6, the libero for the Wildcats, Kendall Watson. Watson delivers. They'll set it up for Hall. Hall goes to the other side, returned by Scott. Those going to set it up, fire it over. That one's going to be denied by Hallie Rainwater. Back on our side, Rainwater's going to put it over. But before that, double contact violation on the Screaming Eagles. And the point goes to the Wildcats.
Watson to continue serving.
Kendall Watson's a sophomore, 5'5", out of Elgin, South Carolina. And she's the first one tonight. Go 2 in a row for the Wildcats. 10-6 ball game. As Katie Hall loads up and fires to the back corner. They'll return it. And that was way too out of bounds, but it looked like it was tipped on the front line by, I think, number 11, Abigail Smith, who just checked in. And the Wildcats going on a little streak right here. Got it to a 3-point ball game. 10-7. Watson delivers. Now a lot of power behind that. It's going to slip through the fingers of number 14, Caroline Miller. And the point goes to Johnson and Wales. Timeout call by the Screaming Eagles. 10-8 is the score, and we'll be back. And welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Watson's back to serve. She just had an ace right there. Got to a 2-point ball game. Rainwater fires it on the other side. And there was a net violation on TFC, and the point goes back to the Wildcats. And this is Watson's 4th serve in a row. Going on a little run right here. Screaming Eagles came out pretty hot. Went up 8-1. And kind of falling apart a little bit right here, as well as Johnson and Wales kind of got traction. They'll fire it over. That was Miller. And double contact violation called on the Wildcats. And the point goes to the Screaming Eagles as number 16, Talia Hatch, checks into the game. She'll be your server. She's a junior out of Laceyville, Pennsylvania, 5'5". And she delivers. High return. Scott's going to fire it over. Back on our side, Lore sets it up for Smith. Smith nails it, but it's going to be rejected up front by Jamie Hay. Coming in at 5'11", and she'll go right back to the bench, and Franklin will be up to serve. 1-point ball game for the Screaming Eagles, 11-10, still have the lead. Here comes Rainwater, blocked up front, goes out of bounds. We'll take it right there, and Hallie Rainwater will be your server. This is her first trip to the service line today. She'll fire it over. Watson on the other side returned it. And a big shot right there by number 17, Jamie Hay, who just checked back into the ball game, but a little too much on it. And the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Rainwater back to serve again. Hallie's a sophomore, 5'7", out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Went to North Cobb Christian School. Fairly large school over in Kennesaw. Rainwater fires it over. Denied up front, but out of bounds. In fact, that was number 11, Abigail Smith, getting up to get that one. The shot was made by Hay on the other side. And Felder back to serve again. Lenasia, first time she was up, went 1 in a row. We got the point after that. She's a freshman, 5'5", out of Branchville, South Carolina. They'll set it up for Hall. Katie Hall puts one in there. It was blocked up front. They're going to fire it over, and a lot of power coming off Scott right there. Theresa Scott, a freshman, 5'5", out of Taylors, South Carolina. Put a beating on that ball, and the lead goes back down to a point. Great diving attempt right there by Talia Hatch, and she just saved an ace. That was going to the floor. They're going to push it over, and no one was covering. The offense of the Wildcats read that perfectly as Sullivan came in for that one and left the back corner wide open. Tie ball game, 13-13. Here comes Smith. Blocked up front, back on our side. Scott had a hand on that one, and that one was fired into the net, and the point and the lead goes to the Wildcats. First lead they've had tonight. And Felder will have her third serve in a row. Goes over. Charles on the other side handles it. They'll set it up. Hall's blocked up front, goes back on their side, and we're having a little trouble getting it over the net right here. It's a strong front for the Wildcats. Little trickery right there. Scott got a hand on it. Hall's the one that fired it over. Back on our side. Sullivan had a hand on it, but a little too much power. Goes under the net, and the point goes to the Wildcats, now with a 2-point lead. High serve to the middle of the court. Sullivan handled it. They'll set it up. Hall, the same story. Fired it over. Tipped on the way over. And a great save right there, but it's going to hit the ground. The shot was made by Theresa Scott. And on our side, Katie Hall went down to get that one, and it touched the ground just before she could get a hand on it. 5 in a row for the Wildcats. 5 good serves. Charles will just set it over, and they're going to call a double contact violation on Charles. You can see the rotation was moving, which means there's a double contact. 17-13 as Coach Selena Slate will call a timeout. We'll be back. (17-13) lead for the Wildcats. And they're on a 6-0 run on the Screaming Eagles. Felder fires that one over. They'll set it up. Here comes Hatch. Hatch puts it over. On the other side, a little miscommunication. Watson will get it over. She came in from the back to get that one. Here comes Hall and cleared the net, but also cleared the back line. And the point goes to the Wildcats. 7-0 run, 18-13 Wildcats lead. Came after an 8-1 lead earlier by the Screaming Eagles. Double contact violation on Kaylee Glore. She tried to get up to get that one. And number 10, Aaron Carey, will check into the game. And Felder will fire her 8th serve in a row over. High serve. An awkward set by Hatch. And she'll get it over in desperation, set back on defense. Here comes Scott. She'll push it over. Hatch had it. Back to Scott. And it was tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Kaylee Glore. And we are not able to get out of the slump right here. 9 serves in a row for Felder. Glore wanted to talk something over with the referee. And Lenasia puts it over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Carey. And gets it over! Erin Carey finally breaks the streak right there with the one that ran down the net and fell on their side. The point will go to your Screaming Eagles, and here comes Theresa Sullivan. Last time she was up, she went 8 in a row. And see if we can do it again. They'll fire it over, and again, no one is covering the left side of the court. That time, Gracie Charles pulled off. He's left wide open, and they took advantage of it. Scott fires that one over. That's Demia Scott. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan finds the hole. Theresa Sullivan read the defense perfectly, saw a big hole in the middle, and filled it with a volleyball. Back to serve, number 15, Kaylee Glore on a 21-15 game. Trying to come back right here. Glore fires one over. Beautiful serve. Returned by Watson. They'll tap it over. Great attempt right there by Gracie Charles. But we can't get it over the net. Rell back to serve. And the Wildcats are getting dangerously close to set point right here. 22-15. We'll set it up. Here comes Carey. Opposite. Tried to get that one over. They read it perfectly. Got it back over the net. Here comes Carey again. Too much on it. And out of bounds. Rell fires that one over. Thompson on the other side handled it perfectly. They'll set it up for Miller. Miller taps it over, and it's going to be returned. Here comes Thompson again. To her knees was Godby to get that one. Excuse me, that was Reld. They'll find the corner, and is now set point for the Wildcats. They're on a 3-0 run right here. 24-15. Trying to stay alive. We'll set it up. Here comes Carey. Boots it over. Watson tipped it. Back on our side. Denied up front. And they'll get it over. A little miscommunication. They saved it, though. Here comes Carey again. And that one was denied by Scott. Coming at 5-9. And the first set will go to the Wildcats, 25-15. After a very good lead in the first part, kind of fell apart in the second part of that set. Join us again in 3 minutes for set number 2 as the Screaming Eagles try to take the next one. We'll be back. Welcome back, Eagles Nation, to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Thank you so much for joining us on TFC Eagle Vision as your Screaming Eagles are trailing the Johnson and Wales University Wildcats 1-0. Had a good lead at the beginning and then kind of dropped off at the end. Screaming Eagles fan, join us all week for homecoming week here at TFC. We have a lot of things going on. This Thursday, which is the 11th, we have a volleyball game at 7 o'clock. Here in the gym, we'll be streaming that. And on Friday, starts homecoming. We have a women's soccer game at 5, men's soccer game at 7, and it's senior nights. We'll be honoring the seniors on both of those teams. And then on Saturday, starting at 2 o'clock, we have a volleyball game, which is senior night for these girls. And we'll be honoring the seniors here. After that's going to be women's basketball alumni game. So the alumni will be taking on the current women's basketball game. And then the men's basketball alumni game is after that about 6:30. And the halftime will have homecoming court. So don't miss anything. And stay tuned. Go ahead and subscribe to TFC Eagle Vision, which you're watching right now. And if you click that bell, you'll be notified every time we go live. And stay alert the whole time homecoming's going on. TFC Eagle Vision. 3-0 score for the Screaming Eagles. Sullivan on a 3-0 run right here. She fires that one over. And that one was touched last by Natalie Thompson. And the point goes to the Wildcats as they send Scott back to serve. Tenaya Scott, a 5'5" freshman out of Taylor, South Carolina, fires that one a little too far and out of bounds. 4-1 lead for the Screaming Eagles as Kaylee Glore is back to serve. Glore having a little trouble with her serves this year. That one was perfect, though. Beautiful, right over the net. Kissed it on the way by. That's exactly what you need. She'll fire that one over. Last touch by number 8, Juana Reld. And that found the court, and the point goes to the TFC Screaming Eagles. Back on our side. We'll fire it over. Watson was the one that tipped that one. Walker gets it over. Great diving attempt right there by number 13, Theresa Sullivan. But it will fall short, and the point will go to the Wildcats. Reld back to serve. 4-3 lead for the Screaming Eagles. No time to panic. Here comes Erin Carey. And too much to handle for Felder on the other side. And Carey gets the point. And back to serve is senior Katie Hall from Flowery Branch, Georgia. 5-3 lead for the Screaming Eagles. She fires that one to the back with Felder. They'll set it up and try to get it over. To the middle with Rainwater. They'll set it up for Rainwater. She fires that one into the corner, but a little out of bounds, and the point goes to the Wildcats, but just barely. Comes Tenaya Scott. She pops that one over. And here comes Erin Carey. Big kill right there for Erin Carey. Demolished that ball right into the ground. And back to serve now was number 4, Natalie Thompson. 2-point lead. They'll set it up. Denied up front by Abigail Smith. It's going to fall down on our side. Past the outstretched arm of Rainwater. And Watson back to serve. Great dig right there again by Theresa Sullivan. High jump right there. They're going to try to save it. Sullivan goes to her knees to get that one. But it's going to fly out of bounds, and it's now tie game 6-6. Kendall Watson back to serve. The libero for the Wildcats. Jump serve. A little too much pepper on that one, and it goes out of bounds. And the Screaming Eagles will take the lead again with Talia Hatch coming back to serve. Hatch fires that one over. And into the net, and the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Hatch is deadly back there. She can go all day. 8-6. And that was short, but she'll find the corner. And the first ace for the Screaming Eagles will go to Talia Hatch. I told you she was deadly back there. 3-point lead, and Hatch still at the helm. Almost had another one right there. Watson went down to get that one. They'll fire that one to the corner. Sullivan had it. They'll set it up. Here comes with Glore. To the back. They'll set it up front for Scott. And denied up front by number 11, Abigail Smith. Abigail Smith showing up her height right there. She jumped up to get that one and sends Talia Hatch to the service line for serve number 4. It's a Butte to the back. Exchange was odd. They'll get it over, though. And out of bounds. And we're rolling right here. Hatch. Serve number 5 goes over. They'll set it up and over. Tried a little tricky right there. But Gracie Charles read it all the way in. And that one's going to fall in bounds, and the point will finally go to the Wildcats. But after we went on a 5-0 run right there, makes it 11-7.
Johnson and Wales Franklin to serve.
Back to serve is Hallie Franklin. Last set, she went 2 in a row. She'll get that one over, and they'll set up for Rainwater. Bypass the first line of defense, and they'll call a double contact violation on the Wildcats. And we'll take that point and send Hallie Rainwater to the back to serve. She puts that one over. They'll set it up. And a quick shot right there by Hay, but Rainwater was covering, but they'll call a double contact violation. I think on Kaylee Glore. And the Screaming Eagles will take the point. Excuse me, the Wildcats will take the point. 12-8. And number 11, Lenasia Felder up to serve. That is not a good sign for the Screaming Eagles. Last time Felder was up, that one goes out of bounds. Last time she was up, she went 9 in a row to give the victory to the Wildcats. Go looking to shut it down right here to get past that one. They'll set it up. Here comes Hall. Katie Hall to the corner. Beautiful save right there. And they'll get it back over. Save was by Reld, by the way. Here comes Smith. Smith puts it over. Trying to find a hole, but Franklin was covering. They'll put it right back over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Hall. Tips it over. Back on our side. Hall had that one. They'll put it right back over with Smith. Back on their side. They'll pop it over with Reld. Back on here. Glore sets it up. Here comes Hall. Hall fires in the corner. Katie Hall put just enough on it to get it over the heads of the Wildcats and find the back corner. And we'll break the streak and send Theresa Sullivan back to serve. Went 3 in a row last time and is now 13-9. As the referee is going to warn the sidelines. Looks like we had a couple fans get a little too close to the court. They'll back up. Sullivan's ready, and she'll fire. To the back, almost had an ace right there as Franklin Arkley went to the ground. They'll desperately get it over. Here comes Hall, tries to do it again. This time, looks like number 11, Felder, was back there covering. And Hall's going to set up and fire that one. Felder on the other side, little cat and mouse game. And that one's into the net, and the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Theresa Sullivan back to serve. She's a junior, 5'6", out of Fairhope, Alabama. And they'll set it over. That was number 7, Theresa Scott. Saw a hole toward the back of the TFC defense and filled it. And Scott's back to serve. Demian gets it over. And Glore, quick set right over the net. Almost got him looking. They'll set it over. In the game right now is Favor for the Wildcats. First time she's been in here today. She scurries over, and she'll fire that one in there. But right before that happened, it's a double contact violation. It's a good thing, too, because she got a great hit on that one. And this point will go to the Screaming Eagles. 4-point lead for Glore as she goes back to serve. 5-point lead. They updated the scoreboard. 15-10 is the score. And Glore puts that one into the net, and the point goes to the Wildcats. Moena Reld is back to serve. She went 2 in a row last time. She'll fire it over. Thompson on the other side. We'll get it over with Charles. They'll set back up on defense. Big shot right there by number 2, Tenaya Scott. Got way over the net, 5'9", and she has a lot of vertical. Fired that one right into the bench over there. Reld gets another one over to their side. Watson tries that one and found a corner. Glore went down, and Sullivan thought it was going to be out of bounds, but it dipped pretty quickly and found the corner. 16-12 now. Reld, third one in the row. Natalie Thompson had that one on the other side. They'll set up for Katie Hall. On their side, desperation, they'll get it over. Sullivan sets it up. Here comes Gracie Charles to the back with Watson. Almost found a hole right there. And we have a pretty good volley. Here we go. Sets it over, back to our side. And a double contact violation by Kaylee Glore. She's had several tonight. Wildcats will keep this little run they have. 16-12 is the score. And Reld has gone 4 in a row, by the way. And it looked like we had a scoreboard malfunction again. And they'll reset it. It's going to be 15-14. Screaming Eagles leads. 1-point lead. Almost found a hole right there with Erin Carey. Great diving attempt right there by Theresa Sullivan. She saved a point. And we'll get back on defense. Here comes a set. And they'll find a little real estate on the right side with Kaylee Glore. And it's now a tie ball game. Reld, her 5th serve in a row. It's a high one to our side, handled by Thompson. Here comes Charles. A little too much pepper on that one, and out of boundaries, and the lead will go to the Wildcats. 16-15, Johnson and Wales lead. They're on a 6-0 run. Serve number 6 was good. Gracie Charles went down to get that one. Here comes Carey, puts it in the corner. And Erin Carey, for the second time tonight, breaks a streak and gives us the tie as Katie Hall back to serve. She stands well behind the boundaries, looking for a jump serve. Defense awaiting. She gets a signal. 4 steps, and she fires. Felder went to her knees to get that one. Scott fires it over, and a net violation. And the Screaming Eagles will give Johnson and Wales the point. Tenaya Scott back to serve. Lead is with the Wildcats, 17-16. And Carey hits it up front. Last touch by number 17, Jamie Hay. And we'll take timeout called, 18-16. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Coach Slate used every second of that timeout to calm her girls down as they trail by 2 right here in the second set. 18-16 is the score. They'll set it up, and Rainwater tried to get it over. That was denied up front, and that one's out of bounds. 3-point lead now for the Wildcats. Scott fires that one over. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson, and that one's denied up front. Number 13, Ayanna Favor, got a hand on it. Scott back to serve again. Number 4 in a row is over. Hall had that one. They'll set it up for Theresa Sullivan. Scott to her knees. Comes Favor, denied up front, looks like, by Aaron Carey, but it goes out of bounds. 21-16 now, and the Wildcats are running away right here. And this is exactly what happened last time. Another timeout's called by Selena Slate as they're down to their last hope in this set. We'll be back in a minute. And welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. It's kind of the same story right here as it was last set. As your Screaming Eagles came on top really quickly, took a nice little lead, and then slowly Wildcats came back and took a lead. Now it's into the net, and the point goes to the Wildcats as they go on a pretty good run. This one is a 6 in a row. Last time was a 6 in a row. Tenaya Scott back to serve. She's a junior, 5'9", out of Waldorf, Minnesota.
Okay, Miles, enters for the Screaming Eagles.
Checking in right now for the Screaming Eagles, number 12, Kaya Miles. They'll fire it over. They'll set up for Miles. Her first touch of the game is tipped and out of bounds. And it seems like every time they pull Miles in, she does something big. Thompson back to serve, trying to come back here from a 22-17 deficit. Beautiful serve to the back. Watson had that one. They'll set it up. Little trickery, but didn't fool Katie Hall. She went to the ground to get that one. Thompson puts it over. Scott to the back. That was close to being out of bounds. And here comes Favor. Tipped up front, that time by Smith. They'll get it right back over the net. We have a good volley right here. And just out of reach for Natalie Thompson. That finds the corner. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Serving now is going to be Watson. She went on a 2-run last time and puts that one right into the net. Almost just took the head off of number 7, Tenaya Scott. They laugh off. And 23-18 is a score. As Tally Hatch checks in the game. Last time she was up, she went 5 in a row. And that looked really nice right here. 23-18 game. Hatch fires that one. Almost found the ace. Watson went down to get that one. They'll fire it over. And out of bounds. Point goes to the Wildcats, and it makes it set point here, 24-18. Number 14, Hallie Franklin back to serve. A senior, 5'2", out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Screaming Eagles need to come on a big run right here to stay in this ball game. Fires that one over. Hatch out on the other side. Here comes Miles. She'll set it over and get back on defense. Glore sets it up. Here comes Smith. Smith gets it in there. Great save by the Wildcats. Wow, by number 8, Moana Reld, as she went down to get that one. Here comes Kaya Miles, and she'll get another kill. Kaya Miles with 2 kills already. And gives the opportunity back to the Screaming Eagles, 24-19. And Miles will be your server. And they're going to take Kaya back out and put Rainwater in. A little stronger server. She'll set in the corner. Quickly gets it over the net. Watson on the other side had that one. That one went right into the net by Hay. And a contact violation called on the Wildcats. And the Screaming Eagles will take that one. Now down by 4. And Rainwater back to serve. Have to be real careful right here on set point. Watson on the other side. Left a big hole right there. And that one's just inbounds. And the point will go to the Wildcats. And they will take that set 25-22. Made it a closer game. But the Screaming Eagles still fell short, and we are down to our last hope coming up in set 3. Can we do it? We'll see in about 3 minutes. Welcome back, Eagles Nation, to Lois Delaney Athletic Center as your Screaming Eagles are trailing the Johnson and Wales Wildcats 2-0. Trying to stay alive right here. Well, it's a third set, so that means it's time for the Eagle Production Player of the Week. And this week's player is going to be Katie Hall. Katie Hall is a senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia. She plans to graduate in the spring of 2019 with a degree in counseling and psychology. After college, she wants to be a child life specialist and work with children undergoing cancer treatments and their families. When she isn't perfecting her jump serve, Katie enjoys art and being in nature. She's played volleyball now for 9 years and had this to say about her coaches. I love playing volleyball for Coach Slade and Coach B. They really push us and make us more than just volleyball players and help shape us holistically in Christ. When I asked her for a random fact about herself, she said that she was voted most likely to be a billionaire for 8th grade superlative. Thank you so much, Katie, for putting 4 years of dedication and work into this Screaming Eagle volleyball team, and they would not be the same without you. Katie Hall, a senior out of Flowery Branch, Georgia. And back to the volleyball game. 2-0 lead for the, 2-1 lead for the Screaming Eagles. And serving now is number 15, Kaylee Glory. Glory fires that one over. Charles had it on the other side. They'll set it up. Here comes the senior, puts it over. And a running attempt right there by Reld. They'll get it over and just in bounds right next to the outreached arm of Theresa Sullivan. 2-2 ball game. And number 8, Elena Reld, back to serve. I have to watch out for her. She went on a 6-0 run last time she was up. Here comes Miles. Kea started this game. Hadn't seen that in a while. She's going to have another attempt at that one. Almost found a hole. And a great diving attempt right there by number 11, Lenasia Felder. Right in the face. And that one's going to find a corner. So the libero, Kendall Watson, just got a point with her face. The shot was hit right directly into her face, and it bounced off, went over the net, and found a corner somehow. A freak play gives the lead to the Wildcats. I'm still in disbelief right here. That one is denied up front. Another great attempt by Reld, and she saved another point. Thompson gets it over. Reld again saves it out of bounds, and Watson whacks it over, this time with her hands, not her face. Here comes Hall. Hall puts it in there! And the senior out of Flowery Branch, Georgia, finally gets a point to tie the ball game up 3-3, and she will be the server. Hall fires it over. Watson on the other side. They'll set it up. Little trickery right there, but denied up front by Natalie Thompson. The whole defense came in on the net right there. Thompson saw that, put it in the back where no one was covering, and gave Hall the opportunity to take another lead. 4-3. Walker gets it over. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson again, and Thompson back to back kills. Screaming Eagles right here are soaring, trying to stay alive in set number 3. 4 steps, and she fires, finds the back corner, and Katie Hall has an ace. And your Screaming Eagles coming back right here on a 4-0 run. Hall loads up and fires. Beautiful serve, almost got it over the net, but it's going to fall a tad bit short, and the point will go to the Wildcats. Serving now, number 2, Tenaya Scott. She had a 6-0 run last time she was up, and that was going for the corner, and she got up to get that one. And number 13, Ayana Favor, put that one in the corner. The Screaming Eagles cannot return it. Scott has another attempt, and it's now 6-5. Screaming Eagles still lead. From the middle of the court, puts it to the middle on the other side. Here comes Thompson, sets it over the first line defense's head. They're going to try to save it, but out of bounds. Toccoa looking pretty energized right now. As Thompson gets it in there, almost got an ace. Watson had to go to her knees to get that one. That one was denied up front and goes out of bounds. Thompson back to serve again. 8-5 is the score. Another beautiful serve to the back. Hay had it that time. Tipped up front. Glore sets it up. Here comes Kaya Miles. Miles is going to be tipped at the net and go out of bounds, and the point goes to Johnson and Wales. And Kendall Watson back to serve. She's a sophomore. 5-5. The set for Carey, who checks in today. And number 7, Tenaya Scott, tried to sneak that one over the net. Didn't put enough on it. Goes right into the net. And the Screaming Eagles will take the lead, 9-6. And number 16, Talia Hatch, in the game. Beautiful serve right there. Had a lot of backspin. Almost got away from the Wildcats. They'll get it back over. Sullivan had that one. They'll set up for Rainwater. Rainwater gets it over to Watson. They'll set it up again. And a big booming shot right there by Scott was out of bounds by about 15 feet. And looks like there's a violation called. Wildcats will get the point. Screaming Eagles not happy about that one. 9-7 is the score. Franklin gets it over. Hay will put it over. Great diving attempt right there by Talia Hatch. Followed up by Erin Carey, smacking it down. Great tag team right there. And Hallie Rainwater back to serve. Double hit right there by Franklin and Watson. That was denied. They're going to try it again. That one's going to be pushed over by Erin Carey again, and she'll get back-to-back kills. 11-7, trying to take a little lead right here. As Hallie Rainwater at the helm. Scott had that one on the dive. They'll set it over with the other Scott. Here comes Carey again, almost got another one, bounced off the rafters, came back down, they couldn't get it over! And number 10, Erin Carey, 3 points in a row for her. And it will cause a timeout to be called by the Wildcats. First time they've done that since the first set, and we'll be back in a minute. The Wildcats took a timeout right there to try to stop the momentum the Screaming Eagles have taken right here. Hay will set it over. 3 people looked at it. Hatch, Glore, Sullivan all thought each other had it. It'll fall between them. And the timeout worked. Point goes to the Wildcats. And back to serve is Felder. Earlier today, she went 9 in a row. Hoping she doesn't do that right here. Hatch had it on the other side. Here comes Katie Hall. Great job right there by Charles. Here comes Carey. Here comes Carey again. They're going to try to save it. But Theresa Sullivan could not get there in time. And the point goes to the Wildcats. 12-9 lead for the Screaming Eagles. Felder fires that one over. They'll set up for Carey. Erin Carey with another big shot, this time returned by Franklin. Watson will get it over to the net. Here comes Glore. Get a good job not running to the net right there. Here comes Carey again. And Erin Carey is on fire in set number 3 here. They'll take her out and put Thompson in as Theresa Sullivan back to serve. She's been great tonight. That one's blocked up front. It's going to come down. Here comes Thompson. And last touch by number 6, Kendall Watson. And the Screaming Eagles are trying to take a nice lead here. (14-9). Theresa Sullivan fires that one over. They'll set it over. And here comes Thompson. That was going to be a lift anyway, but we'll take the point. Staying alive right here, 15-9. Sullivan fires it into the net. Screaming Eagle fans, go check out our Instagram page, TFC Eagle Vision on Instagram. We post the player spotlights and start doing some pre and post game interviews and more exclusive content. It's TFC Eagle Vision on Instagram. Hall is blocked up front. They're going to try it again, this time with Thompson. She gets it over the front line. And Scott on the other side will divvy that one up. Great diving stop right there by Charles and Theresa Sullivan. They'll set it up. Here comes Hall. Blocked out of bounds. Great teamwork right there by Toccoa Falls. And Kaylee Glore back to serve. Hatch checks out. And it's Kaya Miles checks into the game. 6-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Glore fires it over. Felder on the other side tried to have that one. Here comes Watson. Put a lot on that. Came short. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson. And number 2, Tenaya Scott, got way over the net and denied that one from the start. Rell back to serve. 16-11. Moana Rell fires that one over. Here comes Thompson, pushes that right down there. They'll set it back over. Here comes Miles. Kaya Miles finds the corner! Big shot right there, straddled the line all the way down and found the inside part of it. And we'll take a 6-point lead and send Katie Hall back to serve. She went on a 4-0 lead last time she was in here. Can she do it again? Fires that one over to the net. And Hallie Rainwater touches it over. And this is the Screaming Eagles you know and love. And timeout call by the Wildcats. We'll be back. Screaming Eagles are not going down, lying down. 18-11 and a great comeback. Down 2 games to 1, have to play perfect right here. They'll set it over. Miles puts that one in the air. Here comes Hallie Rainwater. Almost found a corner. Covered up very nicely by Felder. They'll fire that one over. And the Wildcats will take the lead. Excuse me, they'll take the point. 18-12 is the lead. 6-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Scott will be your server. High serve to the back with Sullivan. Here comes Rainwater, tipped up front. An awkward exchange, but a great save right there by Watson. They'll get it over and live another day. Here comes Thompson. Thompson goes the opposite direction. Her body was going left. She went right with a kill. And on cue, Natalie Thompson's your server. High serve to the back. They'll set it up for Hay. Reynolds kind of got in her way right there. She had a dip around her. Carey gets it over. Aaron's had a really good night so far, especially in this last set, as Gore puts that one out of bounds. Lead is cut to 6 as Watson back to serve. Big booming serve over the net. Hall went down to get that one. And number 16, Taylor Walker, was there and was awaiting it. Timeout call by the Screaming Eagles. Still with a 19-14 lead, but trying to put this one away to stay alive. We'll be back. Thank you again for joining us here on TFC Eagle Vision on this Tuesday evening. That one's into the net. Watson will turn it over to the Screaming Eagles. And checking in and going to the service line is number 16, Talia Hatch. She has a 6-point lead. She fires that one over. They'll set it up, denied up front. They're going to try it again, this time with Scott. That one's denied, still on our side, and somehow Rainwater gets a backhand on that one and puts it over the net. Not today. Talia Hatch was ready for that one. They'll set it up and they're going to try it again, and this time it'll breach the front line and find the corner. Back and forth right here, 5-point lead as Franklin checks into the game. Hallie Franklin is a senior, 5'2", out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. She clears the net. Here comes Carey. She's on fire. Can she get this one? Great save by Scott. Negates it. She's going to try it again. Another great save by Watson. And a double touch violation called on the Wildcats. What has really kept the Wildcats alive tonight are those amazing digs you saw right there. They can get it off the ground in no time flat. It's killing the Screaming Eagles. Rainwater went 4 in a row last time. She'll bump that over. That looked like it went over the antenna from this angle, but it may have not. Rainwater goes down. Glore sets it up. Here comes Hatch, and Coach Brock is irate on the sideline. She was yelling something at the girls. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Serving now is going to be number 11, Lenasia Felder. She'll take Jamie Hayes' spot. Hatch had that one. Glore sets it up. Here comes Carey to the back with Franklin. They'll tip it over. Back all the way was Aaron Carey. A little too much on it. That one carried out of bounds. 21-17. Felder fires that one over. And Katie Hall, not really sure what she did, and she's not really sure what she did. She just kind of stared at her hands like she wasn't the one that did it. 21-18 is the score. Screaming Eagles still lead, but it's getting tight. We'll be back. And a very rare error by Katie Hall right there gave the point to the Wildcats. Even she was surprised. She just kind of looked very confused at her hands, like, what just happened? 21-18. Here comes Scott. Out of bounds. And number 13, Theresa Sullivan, back to serve. And she's the one you want right there at 21-18. Franklin on the other side. Scott will get it over. Back on our side. Here comes Thompson. Thompson, a lot of power, but just out of bounds. Very close on the corner over there. Scott fires it over. Out of bounds, and back-to-back out-of-boundary calls for the Wildcats. Gives that point right back to Screaming Eagles. As Kaylee Glore will be back to serve. Put it into the net last time. Let's see if she can get it over and bring us to set point. Here we go. Beautiful serve. Franklin to their knees to get that one. Another great dig. To the back with Sullivan. Glore sets it up. Here comes Thompson to the back. That time sailed by Felder. To the middle with Relder. They'll put it over. And we have a good volley on our hands. Here comes Hall. Katie Hall blocked out of bounds. And it is now set point for the Screaming Eagles. And one finger goes in the air. Crowd is on their feet. Glore fires that one over. 24-19. They'll set it up. That one's over the net. And right next to Gracie Charles as she tried to lay out for that one. And we're still at set point, 24-20. Relder will be the server on the other side. Excuse me, Reld. Set point again. One finger in the air. Crowd still standing. Now set it up. Kaya Miles fires that one! Watson couldn't handle it. And we'll take that one 25-20. And we're not going down without a fight. You wanted it, Wildcats, you'll get it. We're going to set number 4 to try to even this one out. Welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Well, we saw the Screaming Eagles flex on the last one. Took it 25-20. We're still down 2-1, and we'll try to tie it up with Theresa Sullivan right here. That one was blocked and gonna come down on their territory, and we'll take the point. Some miscommunication right here. Referees will converge. Wildcats think they need the point, and they'll get it. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Point taken away from the Screaming Eagles and awarded to the Wildcats. And now we're good. Scott back to serve. Fires that one over. Glore sets it over. Almost had a beautiful shot right there, but it was saved by Scott. They'll put it over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Katie Hall, blocked up front. They're going to try to return it. And Favor will get it over. Dive-in attempt right there by Theresa Sullivan, and she'll save another point. And that one touched the ground, or there's a lift, and the point goes to TFC. Glore back to serve. And us at Eagle Production want to keep the fans involved, so go ahead and in the live chat, put your name and where you're listening from, and I'll give you a shout out. 1-1 is the score. They'll set it up. Big shot right there by Scott. Glore sets it up. Here comes Miles. Kaya put a little too much on that one, and it will fly out of bounds. 2-1 is the score. Rel delivers that one. Glore sets it up. Here comes Miles trying to redeem herself. Put that one into the net. It's going to hit the antenna, which means it's out of bounds. Quick lead right here for the Wildcats. Rel's second serve is up and over. And a save right there by Kaylee Glore as that one's going out of bounds. And Natalie Thompson will put it in there and cut the lead to 1. Katie Hall back to serve as Hallie Rainwater checks into the game. Jump serve is up and over. Beautiful serve to the back with Frazier, and the ace will go to Katie Hall. Ace number 2 with her, 3 with the Screaming Eagles. She tied the game up. Can she take the lead? Watson on the other side. Little miscommunication. They'll get it over with Walker. And here comes Rainwater. Beautiful shot right there, just outside. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Scott back to serve. On the other side with Katie Hall. Hall handles it herself. And that was denied by Jamie Hay. Hay is one of the 2 tallest girls on the team. 5'10". The other one is Ty Gonzalez, who has not seen any play time today. And Kay is going to try to set that one over. And denied up front again by the front line. And the point goes to the Wildcats. 6-3. They have taken a 3-point lead as Caroline Miller checks into the game. Scott, third serve in a row, is up and over. They'll set it up for Thompson. And that one's off the front line and out of bounds. Natalie will be your server. She fires that one, tips the net, and goes over. Natalie Thompson with an ace. The 4th of the game and her first tonight. She'll cut the lead to 1 and try to take it with this one. Thompson, a great save right there, almost ran into Glore, but they'll try to put it over the net. Rainwater, they'll hit it over. And because the defense had to shift in for that one, they'll put it in the back with Thompson. Sullivan will check in, And 7-5 your score as Watson will be the server. High serve, didn't get all of that one. Glore sets it over. That looked like a violation. She went over the net as Glore touched it. And then the tip can go out of bounds. I'm not sure about that call. They will call a double contact violation, and we'll get the point anyway. And Scott's going to argue, but really no ground to argue on. And Natalia Hatch will be back to serve. Floor referee will talk it over. With the scores table, we're ready to roll. Hatch gets the signal, and she delivers. Beautiful serve. Watson went to the knees to get that one. Hayes sets it over. Hayes sets it over. Rainwater on the other side. Denied by number 10, Erin Carey. And a heck of a game for number 10 tonight. Game is tied back again, 7 apiece. Hatch fires that one over. And out of bounds. And the lead goes to the Screaming Eagles. Talia fires her third in a row. Beautiful serve to the back. She gets the ace! Beautiful serve right there. Looked like it was going out of bounds. Dipped in. And ace number 5 will go to Talia Hatch. Serve number 4. It's a Butte. They'll get it in there. Hay fires it over. Denied by number 10, Erin Carey. What a shot right there by Erin Carey, as she's taking none of that tonight. She's going to try it again, and back-to-back kills for number 10. Give her another one. 11-7's the score, and a big run right here for the Screaming Eagles, led by number 10, Erin Carey. We'll be back. We've got a good one going on right here. 2-1 lead for the Wildcats of Johnson and Wales University. But the Screaming Eagles trying to tie it up right here. Out of bounds. And this is the Screaming Eagles team you've come to know and love. On fire right here. Serve number 7 for Talia Hatch is up and good. 12-7's the score. They'll fire that one over. Hatch had it. They'll set it up. Here comes Erin Carey. Watson has it on the other side. That one tips off the front line. Here comes Rainwater. Beautiful shot right there. Scott had that one. Almost tripped over her own teammate. They'll fire that one to the back corner and just in bounds. And the point will go to the Wildcats. Very close. Franklin back to serve. She boots it over. They'll set it up. And here comes number 10, Erin Carey again. And Rainwater back to serve. Good serve by Rainwater. Watson went to the knees to get that one. Denied up front by Hall and Carey. But it comes back down on our side, 13-9. And number 11, Lenasia Felder back to serve. She's a big weapon for the Wildcats. Have to watch her right here. Hatch with a pretty straight serve, or set, excuse me. Great shot right there by Hall. They will return it. Here comes Hatch. Almost didn't get there, but got there just in time. Scott fires that one. Tip back over. Aaron Carey had a hand on that one. They're going to try it again. Not today. And Screaming Eagles will take the point. Theresa Sullivan back to serve. A lot of spin on that one. Beautiful serve. They'll set it for Scott, who tips it over. And Natalie Thompson almost got it right back over the net. Great attempt, but a 4-point lead for the Screaming Eagles. And Tenaya Scott will be the server. Here comes Thompson. And that one's denied up front, but out of bounds. Kaylee Gore back to serve. A junior, 5'8" of Austell, Georgia. And that one's into the net. It kind of looks like this season that Kaylee's kind of got into her own head, as she was an ace last year with her serves. And back in high school, she was amazing with those serves. Just this year, though, she's had a little trouble with them. Hopefully she can straighten that out. But in the meantime, Natalie Thompson demolished that ball. She looked at Carey and said, "You're not the only one that can do it. Watch this." Katie Hall back to serve. She's got 2 aces tonight. Looking for the third. Almost got it right there. They'll set it up. Scott will set it over. That time, Theresa Sullivan went to her knees. Here comes Rainwater to the net. And the point goes to the Screaming Eagles, and they're soaring high. (17-11). Hall, 4 steps, fires that one over. Watson on the other side. They'll set it up. And it's going to be tipped up front by Natalie Thompson, and shanks out of bounds. Tenaya Scott back to serve. Here comes Rainwater. Scott with a beautiful save right there. Took a point away from the Screaming Eagles. Long return. Can Glore get it over? Yes, she can. And a great save right there by the Screaming Eagles. Not today. We'll put it right back over. They'll set it up. Fires that one. May had a hand on it. Glore sets it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater tipped up front. Scott to the knees to get that. They'll set it over. Back with Thompson. Miller sets it up. Here comes Rainwater again. We have a great volley right here. Favor. Denied! Denied up front. And the point goes to Screaming Eagles, led by Natalie Thompson. Momentum is high here in Toccoa Falls. Thompson fires it over. Ace! Natalie Thompson with her 2nd ace this set. And a timeout called by Johnson and Wales as the Screaming Eagles are smacking down on the gas. 19-12. We'll be back. Welcome back, Eagle Nation, to Lois Delaney Athletic Center here in the beautiful Toccoa Falls College. 19-12 is the score. They'll set it over and find the middle of the court. point was by Jamie Hay. Great comeback for Tacoma Falls right here. Looking like two different teams out there. Watson to serve. Glore sets it up. Miller puts it in there. Scott to her knees. Another great save by Scott, who's been all over the court tonight. Miller sets it up. Here comes Hallie Rainwater, but Miller had a double contact violation. And the point goes to the Wildcats. Watson to Sullivan. They'll set it up. Here comes Rainwater. She gets her second attempt. That's going to hit the antenna, though. And the point goes to the Wildcats. 3 in a row for the Wildcats after the timeout called. And Coach Selena Slate, in her 24th season here with Screaming Eagles, takes another timeout. We'll be back. Quick timeout taken by the Screaming Eagles. Watson back to serve. She serves it over to the corner. Theresa Sullivan was there to return it. High return for Hall. They'll set it up, and they'll find a corner. And the lead is cut to 3. Watson's on a 4-0 run right here. We need to stay frosty out there. Great dive right there by Theresa Sullivan. Saves that one. That one's tipped up front, and somehow Scott got there. No idea how she got that. They're going to set it up for Carey. Almost found something over there. And the antenna fell down. Had some problem with that this season. Antenna on that side has fallen over a few times already. And while we have a lull in the action, it's a good time to mention that during this homecoming weekend, that's an Eagle production at TFC Eagle Vision, we'll be giving away a little sweepstakes. We're going to probably ask a trivia question during one of the games and giving away a prize. So stay tuned for that and look out for what the prize will be. We'll post it on our Instagram the next couple of days. And Watson serves it up. Did she touch it? Looks like Caroline Minner got a hand on that. And that was headed to the bench, and a pretty big error right there. But it's okay, 19-17. We still have a lead. No need to panic. Watson back to serve. To the back. That time, they had that one. They'll boot it over. They'll set it up for Rainwater. Denied up front. 3 people got that one all over the net. Great job by Miller. Almost found a hole. They'll set it right back over. Sullivan on the other side. Here comes Carey. Big shot by Carey. Watson returned it. Back to their side, and they found a hole in the back corner. And the Wildcats are coming back and cut it to a 1-point lead. And a timeout will be called by the Screaming Eagles. Big tournament events right here, trying to stay alive. We'll be back. Tensions are high here at Lois Delaney. 1 point lead for the Screaming Eagles. Great, another great save right there by Theresa Sullivan, but a double contact violation by Kaylee Glore will tie the game up at 19. This one's going to come down the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Watson to the back corner. That was number 8 in a row. And a backwards shot right there by Miller. They'll set it up, fire it over, out of bounds. And finally, that streak is broken. And we'll take the lead back 20-19. And here comes Talia Hatch. Went 7 in a row last time. Can she do it again here? All we need is 5. She fires it over. Hay hits it. Great save right there by Hatch. Back in bounds. Hatch's going to put it over and set back up on defense. They'll set it up, this time with Hay. And they'll find a corner and tie ball game again. Screaming Eagles fighting hard right here as Franklin goes back to serve. Crowd's into it right now. Sullivan down to her knees to get that one. Here comes Carey trying to get it over the net, and it curved around and fell back down on our side. The Wildcats will have a lead for the first time in a good while. Big breath for the Screaming Eagles, 21-20. Franklin delivers. Sullivan on the other side, and that one's shanked out of bounds. And the wheels are starting to fall off right here. 2-point lead. We still have time, 3 points to play with. 22-20, Franklin delivers. On our side, diving attempt right there. They'll set it up. Here comes Hatch. Hatch gets it over. We need a mistake by the other team right now. Here comes Carey. Aaron Carey. Coming up big again. Gets it back down to a 1-point game as Hallie Rainwater will check in to serve. She fires it over. Tipped. And last touch by Hatch as it goes out of bounds. 23-21, and this one's getting crazy. Back to serve. Lenasia Felder. She gets that one over. Glore puts it on the other side. They'll set up for Scott. Out of bounds! Back and forth here. 23-22. And Theresa Sullivan back to serve. Sullivan delivers. Almost had it on the ground. They're going to set it up. Scott's going to put it over. Talia Hatch with a big save right there. Natalie Thompson puts it over. Back on our side. Here comes Sullivan. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson! Nellie Thompson! 23-23, and these girls are playing like this is the NBA playoffs. Here we go. Tie ball game. Sullivan fires it over. Tipped up front. We still have life. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson on the other side. Scott denied up front and out of bounds. And it all comes down to this, folks. 24-23. It's match point for the Wildcats. I have to stand up for this. They put it over. Sullivan saves the game right there. Here comes Thompson. She gets the point! Nellie Thompson tied the ball game up and took match point away. 24-24. And the Screaming Eagles will have the serve with Kaylee Glore. Hush falls over the crowd. Glore with a beautiful serve to the back. Franklin had it. They'll set it up. Scott puts it over. Glore puts it right back over. Watson on the other side. Reller sets it up. Here comes Favor. Favor puts it over. Sullivan had it. Glore sets it up. Here comes Hall. Hall puts it over. That one's almost found the corner. Favor got down there. They'll get it back up. Watson puts it over. Back on our side, Gracie Charles. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson. Thompson finds the corner! 25-24. And it is set point here at TFC, trying to put this one to game 5. One finger in the air for Eagles Nation. The crowd is up. We're ready. Kaylee Glore back to serve. To the back. They'll return it. Scott puts it over. Gracie Charles sets it up. Here comes Thompson. Thompson finds the corner! 26-24, and the Screaming Eagles live to see another day. What a game right there. 26-24, and we're going to go to game 5. Winner takes all in a big grudge match with TFC versus Johnson and Wales University. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center for Game 5 versus Johnson and Wales University. What a game here. Johnson won 2 in a row, and your Screaming Eagles came back and won the last 2, 25-20 and 26-24. The winner takes all right here. It's best of 15 right here on set number 5. I take this time to apologize for the very bad voice crack at the end of last set. My voice is about to give out on me, but I will put it on the line right here as the Screaming Eagles are trying to take this one. Scott puts it over. Glore went down to get that one. Carey sets it up. Charles gets it over the net, and a great save, but it's going to go out of bounds. And point number 1 goes to the Screaming Eagles. Number 13, Theresa Sullivan out of Fairhope, Alabama, back to serve. Franklin on the other side. They'll set up for Scott, who boots it over. Here comes Thompson. Big shot to the corner. Natalie Thompson. Teresa will set back up for number 2. And there's another ace. And Sullivan gets her first ace of the game. 7 overall for the Screaming Eagles tonight. 3-0 lead. They'll set it up. Fires that one, and it's going to find some real estate over on our side. And the point goes to the Wildcats. 3-1's the score, as number 7, Theresa Scott, will be the server. And Demya puts it into the net, and a free point given to the Screaming Eagles. And Kaylee Glore back to serve. Took us there last time, had a couple beautiful serves to put us in a position to win the last set. And she's back up here, middle of the court. She looks in, she loads up, and she fires. To the front, favor, denied. That's going to come back down. Caroline Miller had a hand on that. And a double contact violation gives a point to the Screaming Eagles. 5-1's the score, and Glore's back to serve again. 10 points to go. Glore gets that one over. Watson on the other side. Scott with a big shot right there, but not big enough because Charles was there to have it. Here comes Thompson, and Thompson finds a hole. Too much to handle for Kendall Watson. 6-1's the score, and your Screaming Eagles are soaring high in Game 5. Glore takes a breath and fires. Beautiful serve. Her serves have been on the last couple sets. Favor puts it over. Glore goes to get that one, and a great save right there as Hall puts it over on the other side. Franklin had it. Randall had it. They'll set it back over. Here comes Thompson, denied up front, and that will find a hole, and a point goes to the Wildcats. 6-2 lead. Moana Reld back to serve. Crowd is standing on their feet right here. Thompson to Glore to Miller. Miller puts it in the back corner. Last touch by Kendall Watson, and Caroline Miller will get that one. 7-2, and Katie Hall back to serve. She awaits the signal. 4 steps. She fires. A great serve again. Kissed the net on the way over. They'll set it up. Glore put it back over. Back on our side. And Natalie Thompson got a hand on it, but it fell on our territory. That was in Tenaya Scott back to serve. 7-3 is the score. Here comes Thompson. Puts it over, but a little out of bounds. Wildcats will take 2 in a row. Scott fires that one over. Hall had it on the other side. Here comes Rainwater. A great diving save right there by Watson. Kept it alive. Denied up front again by Thompson. Rainwater gets it over. We have a good set. Here comes Favor. Glore gets a hand on that one. And a whiff by Miller as that one was right on the net. And that was a hard one to get to. Timeout call by Selena Slate. 7-5's the score. Your Screaming Eagles are leading in Game 5. We'll be back. Coach Slate takes her first time out in the 5th set with a lead, trying to break that momentum here. Lord goes down and gets that one. Miller sets it over, almost found a hole. Here comes Favor again, fires that one over. Great diving save right there by number 6, Katie Hall. Favor again, denied up front. Favor's going to put it over to the back with Sullivan. Glore sets it up for Rainwater. Rainwater gets it over. Watson on the other side. They'll set it up again, and Glore tried to get in there, but out of bounds, and the point goes to the Wildcats. 1 point game. Scott still back to serve. Pretty nice streak. And here comes Natalie Thompson. Tried to break it. Can they get it back over? Yes, they can. Hall to her knees to get that one. Glore took that one over. Miller almost had that one. Favor boots it over. Set it up for Thompson. Thompson puts it on the other side. Another good volley. Miller, not a great set, but it does the job. But out of bounds. For a second, I thought Miller had the corner, and we now have a tie ball game. Kind of been the story today for the Screaming Eagles. Take an early lead, and then Wildcats come on their tails pretty quickly. Sullivan on the other side. Here comes Hall. And a great save right there again by Watson. She's had so many tonight. Here comes Thompson. Thompson puts it in there. They're not going to save that one. Natalie Thompson got tired of taking that. 8-7, and we'll switch sides right here. High intensity battle right here. 2-2's the score. First 2 sets were awarded to Johnson and Wales. The last 2 have been given to your Screaming Eagles. Great way to start homecoming week here on this Tuesday. Be even better with a Screaming Eagles victory. Serving now is going to be number 4, Natalie Thompson. Thompson fires it over to the back. A very low return, but they'll get it back over the net. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater puts it in there. Another great attempt right there by Watson. Add another save to her spreadsheet. And here comes Rainwater again. Very athletic play by both sides. And the last touch by Erin Carey. It's going to fall down in our territory. And the score is now tied again, 8 apiece. Number 6, Kendall Watson, the libero for the Wildcats, a sophomore 5'5", of Elgin, South Carolina. They're going to get some perspiration off the court. And Kendall Watson has had herself a game tonight. There has been a lot of great saves on that side, a lot of them by Watson. Without those saves, Screaming Eagles would have won this back in the 3rd, maybe in 4th set. We're ready. Here the serve comes. Sullivan on the other side. They'll set it up for Rainwater. Rainwater gets tipped up front. A running attempt right there. Back on our side on defense. Here comes Erin Carey. And Erin Carey picks another one out and fires another kill in there as Talia Hatch comes in to serve with a 1-point lead. Hatch has an ace already. Can she get another one? Awkward exchange. They get it over. Sullivan on the other side. Both liberos tonight. Great saves. And that one was by Sullivan. They'll set it up. Fire that one over into the middle of the court. Little miscommunication there by Sullivan and Hatch. It'll fall in between them. And the score's now tied again. 9-all. Franklin back to serve this time. And you couldn't ask for a better game tonight. Another great job right there by Sullivan. They'll set it up for Rainwater, who puts it over. Kendall got a hand on it. And she'll be the one to put it into the net. You could tell she was rushing it just a little bit. She was not playing it properly. She was backpedaling. Didn't get enough on it. And good for the Screaming Eagles. It's 10-9. As Hallie Rainwater fires that one over. They'll set it up, but a double contact violation will give us a 2-point lead. Timeout called by Johnson and Wales. And it's 11-9 in Game 5. Winner takes all. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back, Screaming Eagles fans. 11-9. Tyler Rainwater fires it over, but a long game. Right at two hours right here. As that one goes out of bounds. And a 1-point lead for the Screaming Eagles on the service error. Lenasia Felder checks into the game. Gracie Charles on the other side checks in. You have to watch out for Felder. She's very dangerous on that line. Laura sets it up. Here comes Carey. Carey finds the corner. One line judge said it was in. One said it was out. And the referee would go with the other one. Timeout called by Slate. That looked into me, but it's a tie ball game. We'll be out. Close call over there on the line judge. 11-11's the score. Still serving is Felder. On the other side, Glore finds the corner. That one was in. And Glore's so good at that. Right on the net, she'll go up like she's going to set it and just fire it over. 12-11, and Theresa Sullivan back to serve. High serve, handled nicely. Rel gets it up. They'll set it over. Good diving attempt there by Charles. They'll save it from out of bounds, and Glore gets it over in desperation. We'll set back up. Scott fires that one into the arms of the Screaming Eagles. Glore tried it again. Watson was there that time. That one's hit too far and out of bounds. 13-11's the score. Timeout called by the Wildcats as we're approaching match point here. We'll be back. (13-11) in Game 5 versus the Wildcats of Johnson and Wales University. Theresa Sullivan back to serve. What a match we have tonight. They'll fire that one over. Great job right there by the defense. Here comes Natalie Thompson. That one was blocked up front. Rel's got a hand on it. Rel trying to get it over on the other side. And 14-11. And guess what? It's match point here at TFC. 14-11. One finger's in the air. Theresa Sullivan back to take us home. She fires that one over. Rel gets it up. Scott fires it in there. On the other side, They're going to set it up. Here comes, oh, that was a great shot right there by Katie Hall. And it's going to come down, but it's still match point. 14-12. One finger in the air for Eagle Nation. Crowds on their feet. They'll fire it over on our side. Charles to Sullivan, way out of bounds, but Thompson, and that one's going to shank out of bounds again. And the Wildcats are trying to make a lead, but guess what? It's still match point. 14-13. Again, one finger in the air. Everyone standing. There's the serve. Hatch goes down to get that one. Glore sets it up, and J.C. Charles gets it over. On the other side, they'll set it up. Scott will put it over. They're going to set it up for Thompson. Thompson puts it in there. It's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. Eagles win. Eagles win. Eagles win. 15-13. 3-2 on the set. What a match here at Toccoa Falls College. October 9th, 2018. Write that date down. Oh my goodness. High energy match, and the crowd is going crazy here in Eagles Nation. Quick recap of the game. Set one was won by Johnson and Wales 25-15. Screaming Eagles really came on top at the beginning and then slacked off at the end. It was a great job, but you know, Johnson and Wales are so good at saving things. Set two was taken by Johnson and Wales 25-22. We came a good comeback at the end, but could not get the win. Set three was taken by your Screaming Eagles 25-20. Set four was taken 26-24, and that was one of the best sets I've seen our girls play all year. And set number five was taken 15-13 as your Screaming Eagles took that one to the house. They will move up to 16-6 on the season and 6-2 at home. What a game by both sides. MVP for the Screaming Eagles has to go to number 10, Erin Carey. She had a breakout night tonight, had amazing kills, went back-to-back several times, especially during the last couple of sets when we really needed her. So Erin Carey had a great game, and the Screaming Eagles will come on top. Final score, again, was 3-2. Screaming Eagles will win. That wraps it up here for Eagle Nation. And as always, your manager is going to be Cece Angus. Your filmers today were Kevin Cave, Savannah Smith, and Carissa Berry. And I am Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles. And we'll see you next time on TFC Eagle Vision.